Are you comfortable?
No.
Are you gonna prompt me or am I just gonna go?
I'm gonna prompt you.
Let's put on my gum.
Looks good.
It looks good. Can you see my
No, you look great.
wrinkles? Okay.
That's all going in the... So what did you learn after your first year of medical school?
After my first year of medical school, I learned time management.
What I learned during my first year of medical school is that you shouldn't let anything you've done before medical school not necessarily define you, but limit you in what you pursue in medical school.
So I guess the biggest thing I learned after my first year is that the material kind of comes to you on an exponential curve. So when you're first learning something, you're not getting as high of a yield because it's so difficult to understand. But the more time you put in and the more connections you can make within that module and within different modules, the more return you can get on your investment, you can say.
If I had to boil it down, as to one big takeaway, I would say that being successful in medical school or just anything you're passionate about breaks down to one thing, and that is success is kind of what you do with the opportunities that you create.
After my first year of medical school, I wrapped my head around the fact and kind of understood that everything is integrated. And you can't take the old school approach of kind of compartmentalizing everything into little categories, because at the end of the day, you have to link the anatomy to the physiology, to the pathophysiology, to the pathology, and wrap it all into one package that is your brain, and you can just pick from it because everything is linked.
I came in thinking that I would do internal medicine, and that hasn't necessarily changed that much, but I think it's important to keep an open mind and not to rule anything out too early, because you might find out you like something that you didn't think of later, and if you already made up your mind about it, it might be more difficult to change.
It's the one thing I learned after my first year, that the information that you learn is going to directly correlate to your ability to treat your patients and care for your patients. And if that doesn't stress you out, I don't know what does.
Being okay with taking a few minutes, hours from your day, winding down to just relax.
I know there's so many other medical students that feel that way. They want to do so much, but they're afraid. And medical school is the time to just take that leap of faith and go for it.
Medical school, it's a marathon. And it's something that's going to be taxing you both, I guess, intellectually, mentally, and emotionally, But the biggest thing is, don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Medical school is kind of your last chance to be in a truly safe environment where you can push yourself, where there's people watching out for you, where you have mentors who are guiding you.
With all that being said, you should also find the time to study, because obviously that's your first priority. And you can only change the world if you pass all your classes.
Yeah, so I came into my first year thinking that I was going to volunteer, do research, and get A's in all my classes. But I realized that focus on your studies probably first to make sure you have that under control, and then if you do, maybe branch out a little bit and get involved with extracurricular activities.
The one thing I can say to anyone who's looking at this, who's MS1 or pre-med, is that you have to be flexible and you have to be open-minded.
I feel like medical school is an opportunity for you to almost reinvent yourself, to do something amazing that you wouldn't have thought possible when you were an undergrad.
One thing I learned after my first year of medical school is that I really enjoy being around a bunch of like-minded people that they're invested into making a difference in people's lives. Our class is only 50 people, and all 50 of those people share a passion in changing other people's lives. And I think that's truly special. I don't think I've ever been around a group of people like that. Thanks for tuning in on this episode of Beards and Scrubs. If you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button below and give us a thumbs up. If you have any ideas for future videos or things that you'd like to see, leave it in the comment box below, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Thanks.